Welcome to the Blue Podcast Network. This is the Gold Show, the Premier League show, episode number 29. I'm here with Kian, Ethan and Matt. Boys, how are we all doing?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Decent.
Right, no Premier League football, so we're talking England.
Right.
Two victories. What are your overall thoughts on the games, lads?
I don't like Tuchel.
It's only because he's not playing Gibbs right.
Only because he's not playing Gibbs right.
Anyone who's asked, I've said it's too early to make an assessment. You can't either say manager's good or bad after 180 minutes, especially when you consider one of them is against Latvia, which, given all respect, they're not the best footballing side. We should be beating them 3-0 probably at least. So I'm not going to judge him off this, but the football wasn't that entertaining. He promised, the word he kept using in all his press conferences was exciting. Can any of you really say it was exciting?
It's his first two games in charge. It's going to take time to get his ideas
that's what I'm saying.
across.
I'm not judging him yet, but what he's promised so far, he hasn't delivered yet. But I'm aware that he's only had one camp with this squad, so it's probably going to take him a bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, he's only got an 18-month contract, so, I mean, he's not got a massive amount of time to work with the squad, and both teams sat in a low block. So you can't really play entertaining football against teams who sit deep and park the bus.
But we have to try and go at them and break them down, and that's what I think we struggled to do that, because someone said to me that they thought we moved it around well, we just couldn't finish. But I'm not sure I agree with that. I think we moved it forwards well, but as soon as it got to the final third, we had no clue where to move it or what to do.
I mean, Jude Bellingham's pass for Lewis Skelly's goal was
I mean, yeah, that was phenomenal.
Yeah,
but
that was unbelievable.
It's
ball.
only just like moments of class like that got us goals in these two games. There was nothing. There was no kind of idea that I could see. No tactical kind of clear idea. Like, yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
Right.
But maybe I just don't understand it enough. But
I think you're being quite harsh, if I'm honest.
I think But do you think we moved it around in the final third well? Because I don't.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole of the game was spent pretty much in their half.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad Pickford's not touching the ball anymore, because under Southgate we'd just go donk, 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 back to keeper.
It's
Back
probably better than
to keeper.
Southgate, yeah, but much better.
Yeah,
I think
when
Tuchel's just said, don't play it back to Pickford at all. I felt bad for him. He was looking pretty bored.
when you're playing against a low block, you're gonna not look great, are you?
No, I know,
it's a
and that's
natural
why I'm
thing.
saying I'm not judging him yet until we play a good team. But I don't. You can't say he's delivered on exciting football yet. I know that there's reasons for that. I'm saying that I agree. There's reasons for that, but if you're looking at what he said, what has happened so far, it's not happened.
No. Yeah.
He's had one.
I'm not blaming him for it though. I'm saying I'm not judging him at all.
I personally thought his actual squad selection was poor.
Just because he hasn't picked Gibbs
let me
Gibbs
talk.
White, Gibbs White, let me talk.
Oh yeah, he didn't pick Harry Winks.
Well, no. Gibbs White should have been in straight away. Didn't need bloody call up after the squad was announced. I think Jared Brantwaite should have got in at centre half. I think, and also some of the players in the squad just should not be in it. Henderson.
I'm going to say Henderson's the one I really.
Rashford, I don't think Rashford deserved to be in it.
I think he was quite good though.
No. Rashford
quite
did
good.
nothing against Latvia good. He would run at them
He put some
and
good
go.
crosses in.
Yeah, but he would either do that. He would either put a cross in or go backwards. He would never take anyone on.
He did put a few good crosses in, and also I haven't seen it
did
back.
take
A few good.
I haven't seen it
no,
back, but he probably
He
should have had a
took it
penalty.
back
He probably should have won a penalty. I don't know. I haven't seen it back, but he went down in the box. It looked like there was a foot in there that caught him.
No,
but-
Rashford really disappointed me. I thought he was going to be better because he's obviously doing slightly better at Villa, but I don't
I think he's the most overhated player in England potentially, especially in that squad. I don't get why he's so overhated.
Anyway,
Because he didn't sing the national anthem right, purely because he has lots of reasons. He's explained them before. He doesn't want to associate with that national anthem, and people are giving him a view saying, "Oh, if he's not going to sing the national anthem, he shouldn't be selected." What's behind that? Why does it matter?
Curtis Jones didn't sing. The
If
national
Harry
anthem,
Harry
did he?
Kane
Well,
didn't
he's
sing the
scouts
national
on
anthem,
it,
would
so-
people be saying he shouldn't be selected?
Right. No, that's not like Marcus Rashford is good. He's a good enough player.
Exactly.
I think he is. The player that I do want to more talk about is Phil Foden.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's clueless. Absolutely
Another
clueless.
performance where he just doesn't seem to step up for England on the international stage. It's been a regular occurrence. I think he has less goals for England than Ross Barkley. He's just not. It's not clicking. I don't know why it's
Is
not
it pressure,
clicking.
do you think? I wonder if he feels the pressure of the shirt a lot. 'cause
Yeah, but
they,
he's
they
been
talk
for
about
a
this a
while
lot, you
now.
know, the pressure of the England shirt, how pressured the shirt is to wear? Is he struggling with that more than others? But if so, they should be helping him with that and sorting it out. But he's not been good for Man City this season either.
Yeah,
so I think he's just
I was
out
gonna
of
say, where's he
form.
been this season?
Well, I mean, it's not been Phil Foden standards
No.
this season. I mean, I think he's still got 6-7 goals in the league, which again isn't great for the standard he set the previous season, but it's still not
It's
absolutely
better than most.
atrocious.
It's better than most wins.
Yeah. I mean, he could be on 2-3 goals at this point, and that would be really, really poor. But he has had his moments. But at the same time, Phil Foden for England just in the Euros didn't really step up and perform in the way that we expected. And again, he probably is suited to the attacking midfield position. But when you've got the likes of Palmer, Bellingham in there, all these quality players who do also perform for England when they've put the shirt on, it's difficult to see where he finds a place in the starting 11.
He shouldn't. Well, he didn't for the second game.
Yeah, no, he got dropped for the second game because Jared Bowen started. Didn't
I
he?
thought Bowen was okay.
Bowen was all
He
right.
didn't do anything particularly good. The one I did think was good, who impressed me, which was surprising, was Eze. He was really good. I know he scored the goal, and that helps you when you're saying a player's been good. But every time he got the ball, he did something with it, or he tried to do
That's like
something.
Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers was really good against Latvia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you got the country right. Don't
He
worry.
was aggressive. I mean, he might have lost the ball more times than other players, but it's because he was trying things.
Yeah.
And I'd rather see that. Like when Eze got the ball, I got excited that something might happen. Whereas
Because he was taking the players on.
yeah, whereas when Bowen was out there, he was trying to cross it in and stuff. It's less exciting. Whereas Eze, he was really aggressive with it, and I like that. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Go
Sorry,
on.
mate. I'll tell you one thing though. Bellingham in the 8, I prefer it because he's like you. If you get Bellingham in the 8 alongside Rice, you've got another forward option rather than playing Rice in another midfielder and playing Bellingham in the 10.
But is it not too attacking?
No, because Bellingham can defend.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
he's
if
more than
he's-
capable of
yeah.
But
doing
if
it.
he's forwards,
He's still
And a
having
counter-attack
he's still having a
starts.
really good impact.
That's not
going
really a
forward,
problem.
no, I know.
He's still having a really big impact from playing in the 8. If you saw against Latvia, I know it's Latvia, so you can't really say much. But I thought he was creating chances from the 8.
Right.
Yeah.
But I actually thought that he had the better game against Albania. I thought it was brilliant in the 10, and I think he
Yeah.
can play in the 8.
I think he could
But
do
that-
either.
Yeah. Well, he's a world-class football
From a-
player.
from a-
He's a top player.
From
He's one of the best.
From a team's point of view. Is that better, Henry?
I wish they could see what Henry was just doing.
No, I had my face turned. Henry
Um,
just critiquing the placement of the mic for context.
Yeah,
in a weird way.
but from a team's point of view and England winning games, I prefer Bellingham in the 8.
Right, so you'd rather, when Palmer's back, see
Yes.
Palmer in the 10
Yeah.
and then have Bellingham. Interesting, because then obviously Curtis Jones, he's not had...
He should not be
Yeah,
No,
Curtis
but
Jones.
he had a good.
He's
Give
clueless.
him credit. He had a good game against Albania. I
I'm-
thought he was very good in that midfield role. He mopped it up, and he did well. And you want to play players based off of how they're playing for their country. I'm not saying that he should start, but if you want Bellingham in the 10, and if that's what Tuchel wants, then he could potentially have a shout. We'll just have to see how it continues for him. But he was great in that Albania game. He mopped it up really well, kept the ball, and obviously I like bigging up Liverpool
obviously.
players, but he did have a good game. So I think there's an option where you can play Bellingham in the 10 or him in the 8, and then you can have other players around to help accommodate.
I am petrified though that when Palmer comes back, he's going to get played on the wing again because he's not a winger. He's a 10, but I'm worried they're going to play him on the wing because they want to put someone else in that 10. I don't know who, but if he wants to put Bellingham there, in the 10.
Don't
Palmer easily
Don't
gets in the
even.
10 over Morgan Gibbs White.
Yeah, he does.
Well, to be fair, Morgan Gibbs White is the best player Kids ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
very
Which
true.
really means he
yeah.
hasn't been to very many football matches.
How many of the 92 have you done?
46.
46. I think he's been to a fair few. But yeah, just looking at the England setup, Saka coming back in, potentially he's going to start on that right wing.
Yeah, surely, yeah.
Like, he's nailed on for me without a doubt. He's going to be playing in that position. So
It's that left wing that's the problem, though.
it's interesting, isn't it? Because Gordon, he scored I think 6 goals in the league this season. Rashford I think scored 7.
I
There's
think
no one
I'd
having
play
a
Gordon.
really great season.
Yeah, but I think someone like Anthony Gordon, you can't really go off stats.
I think Gordon
He's
would be
such
good out there.
He's such a dangerous player.
Yeah, no, for sure. I get that, but
Or
at the
even
same
Morgan
time,
Rogers,
Hear me
yeah,
out.
Morgan Rogers.
Harvey Barnes.
Harvey
No,
Barnes.
that is a joke. For anyone watching, that is a joke.
Can we
I
just
don't really mean that.
Can we just?
But yeah, just looking at the team, the left wing position is totally up for grabs. Isn't
No,
it?
it is.
100%. A position that has had a lot of talking about, of course, Luke Shaw being injured a lot, Ben Chilwell not being in the squad for Crystal Palace or Chelsea, really, is the left-back position. Miles Lewis-Skelly,
What
on
a
his
player.
debut,
No.
what a composed finish, just poking it through the keeper's legs.
He looks like he's when he was playing. He looked like he had about 30 caps, not 2.
No,
I still prefer Lewis Hall.
Yeah, I would have Lewis.
I
Martin
don't know,
Lewis.
I
I don't
just
know how
thought
many
he
more
looked
times
so
I have to say it.
composed.
Martin Lewis Skelly is overrated. I don't know how many more times I need to say it.
Yeah, I mean, to be when people have called him generational.
Ah,
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying
I know
he
you're
looks
not- I'm not
he
saying
looks
you are.
so comfortable. Like in senior football, he looks so comfortable. I haven't heard many people calling him generational. I think people are saying
I've
I think people
countless.
people are saying he's going to go on and be a very good player, but they're not saying much more than that. And I agree, he's definitely going to go on and be a very good player.
He's overrated.
I'd argue he already is a good player.
I still think Lewis Hall's our best starting left back.
Yep.
I think he's been really good for Newcastle this year. I know Lewis Kelly's been good for Arsenal, but I just really like Lewis Hall, and it's a shame for him he's injured at the minute because I think he would have played both games. But
Do you reckon he would have started over Lewis Skelly in both?
100%.
Yeah,
I think at least one of them
100%,
would have,
100%,
to be fair. I
100%.
think at
Well,
least one
yeah,
of
they probably would have shared the minutes. I was quite surprised considering that Lewis Hall was out, that Mitchell didn't even get a shout in the in the squad because he had a great season for Crystal Palace.
I'd rather have Tyreek Mitchell over Lewis.
They don't tend to select.
But in terms of what the overall or defensively going,
Overall, I'd rather have.
but we've seen more of him,
The
haven't we?
thing
Tyreek
is,
Mitchell over the
there
years.
were more players selected from non-Big Six teams this time, but they don't tend to select non-Big Six players if they can help it.
No,
Like,
I don't.
They'd,
Yeah,
they'd rather call up a player from a Big Six club than someone like Tyreek Mitchell.
I think they'd just rather pick the best players.
Well, yeah, but if Mitchell, the thing is though, it's like if a very good player was playing at a Big Six club, they'd much more easily get in this England squad.
well, I mean,
Like, if Tyreek Mitchell was playing for Manchester United and starting every week, people would be saying, "Oh, he should get selected. He should get selected," and being outraged that he wasn't. But it's because he's doing it for Crystal Palace instead. People are saying, "Oh,
Yeah,
well,
but then can you say the argument? I don't want to bring it back to Forest too much. We're third in the Premier League, and we technically had no one called up until Palmer got injured.
right.
Yeah, but you do have a lot of foreign players, to be fair.
We have 3 players who could have got in that England squad.
Yeah. You could have done, and
Gibbs White,
arguably,
Richards,
I
White,
definitely,
Anderson.
I would have called up Elliot Anderson for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah,
only one
He's
I've met.
Scottish.
Yeah, I think he
He's
should.
not
He
Scottish.
should be. He should be in. He's had a great season.
man has changed
I like
nationalities
as well.
so
as
many
well, like
times.
you know,
He's changed it
he should have
once.
been in there.
He's
No,
changed
if you
it
look at
once,
under
Matt.
If you look at under 15s, under 16s,
Why are you
under
looking at under
17s, and
15s,
under
Matt?
21s,
He's playing-
It changes like every year.
He's playing for England under 21s at the minute.
Yeah, now he is.
But why does that matter? Like Declan Rice played
Make
for
up
the
your mind.
Republic of Ireland. Grealish did the same. Like you've had so many players who could have played
No,
for a certain nationality and then have gone on to play for
I
England.
I-
If we're doing this,
I
we
do
can go
think
by country
when everyone is
and
fit,
just list other players.
when
It's-
everyone
it's
is fit, he
useless.
doesn't get
Oh
near
yeah,
it.
when he's not
Pretty much
fit.
the whole of the France squad.
When
No,
every-
Yeah, when
for
it-
sure.
when everyone is fit, Elliot Anderson's not near the squad for me. I don't think.
Yeah,
when
but-
everyone is fit,
Yeah, but I think he deserved a chance this
maybe.
time.
Same way how Rashford has got his chance to prove something. I feel like Elliot Anderson should have the same.
But it's
chance.
like, as you were saying, with the France squad, the majority of those players have grown up in France and are French.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter as long as you play for the nationality that you choose and you want to play. Then it's totally valid. I couldn't care less.
I was just trying to annoy
couldn't care
Keane.
less at all. Yeah, you've annoyed me more actually.
I know.
Um,
I was just trying to annoy
How
Keane.
was that trying to annoy me?
because he's not the
I
Forest
knew as soon
player.
as I said he's Scottish, you'd be like, no, he's not. He's English.
It was Henry who said it first.
But anyway, 2 wins from 2. But we've got to qualify anyway.
We
We're
can't
going
complain,
to.
can we?
No,
Like, that's the thing.
exactly.
We've won both games.
Well, someone's going to complain about everything.
It doesn't
Any
matter how you
little
do it.
thing, like it's just going to be the way it is. Before we move on, I do want to talk about Alexander Arnold because the news broke yesterday from Fabrizio, David Ornstein, the lot, that he will be joining Real Madrid in the summer. Real Madrid actually offered him a lower wage packet than Liverpool. Real Madrid have offered him 220 grand a week apparently. Liverpool offered him 300k. So it's not It's not down to the money. It's down to the ambition for himself to go ahead and win a Ballon d'Or. Which, if he can do that, unbelievable, right?
Are those tears I see in your eyes?
No, I didn't cry. So
So this is the biggest moment in Henry's life, supporting Manchester United as a Liverpool player leaving to join a different club, and it's not even to join Manchester United. It's the happiest Henry's ever been.
Can I just say, this whole Alexander Arnold situation, it sums up Liverpool fans. You've got a player who's come through the academy, won everything he possibly can,
Apart from Ballon d'Or.
yeah.
He's
won every.
I'm not putting him in. Can possibly win that. He can't.
Don't worry.
it'd be very difficult if Real Madrid won a
You're
treble.
not ruling it out, 'cause that's what you've just basically just said.
Pardon?
You're not. So you're.
Well,
ruling it out.
I'm saying there is like a 0.5% chance of that happening. Like, if he got 20 assists and 10 goals from right back in a league season, like across all competitions, there's a potential opportunity. But he'd have to have those incredible numbers to do that. And the most he's ever got in a league season is 4 goals, 12 assists. So he'd have to up that.
Can I continue my statement?
Yes. Sorry.
So
Go on.
it sums Liverpool fans up. You've got a player who's come through the academy, won it all, and you'd think he's leaving, and all Liverpool fans are wishing him luck and all that. The way some Liverpool fans have gone about it is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been very poor.
It's been he's leaving on a free though. When
that's not.
He should have signed the contract and then left so that they got some money.
It's 100% relevant.
That's not his issue though.
No, I agree with that, because I was going to say Liverpool fans are blaming Trent for it. It's on the club. If they'd said to him, look, sign a 1-year contract extension just so we can get a fee.
It's not.
It's not on the club. It's not on FSG, because FSG have offered Trent contract after contract to try and keep him at the football club. They've offered him the money. He would have been the club captain for a really successful Liverpool team who are going to go on and win the Premier League title this season. The matter of the fact is, I think Trent sees it like this. He's won every single trophy he could win at Liverpool. He wants to try and put himself in contention to be the best right back in football history. That's that's his goal. That's his mindset. That is his mindset. And
shocking mindset.
Well, I mean,
I'd rather have Danny Carvajal.
No, but he wants to go and be a part of a team that is an absolute joke on paper. Like,
oh yeah, it's a joke.
It is, and I don't like the hate that he's received. He shouldn't be receiving any of that hate. He's a great football player for Liverpool, but the way that he's gone about it, I don't think is necessarily right. He's not said anything at all. The only interview, I think the latest interview, if I'm wrong, correct me on it, 4 months ago on Sky Sports, he did an interview listing what would he want most, being the club captain at the football club, winning the Champions League, winning the Premier League, or winning a Ballon d'Or. And he put winning the Ballon d'Or first ahead of the 3 others. And to me, that says the mindset of Alexander Arnold.
Is that not the same as most players? I mean, I know it's a team sport, but you're not in it to be the best in the world.
No, but I think what a lot of Liverpool fans think of a player who's come through the academy, come through the system, is from Liverpool, is that the be-all and end-all is captaining your boyhood club.
Yeah, no, I do agree. You should be saying that, but if you're talking about achievements, surely if you're a player, if you were the club captain of your boyhood club, but you won a Ballon d'Or, surely if you got asked what was your biggest achievement, you're not going to say being the club captain. You're going to say winning the Ballon d'Or.
I mean, I get that point, but at the same time, it's like for him, it reminds me a lot of the Coutinho situation when we sold him. He signed a contract in January 2017. His contract was out summer of 2018. He had a year and a half left on his deal, signed a new contract. Liverpool got £140 million. He's going on a free. We're getting no money for him.
That's what I'm saying he should have done.
Yeah, which I think he should have done too. He should have signed a contract, and then, because Real Madrid, they bidded 20 million in January. Could you imagine, like with a player on 6 months left? Could you imagine the money that they would have thrown at Liverpool if he had that contract?
Can you think though? It's probably something to do with his agent. His agent's probably a big driver in this. Like,
for sure.
You got to say it's not probably all on Trent. It's probably
not.
A lot on his agent as well.
Because he's going to get a big signing on fee at Real Madrid because it's a free transfer. A lot of that money that would have gone on the transfer fee will now go to him and his agent, which is I totally can see why they've done it by financial reason. I can see both sides. I would have loved him to stay. It's not going to happen. It seems like he's going to go. I'm gutted because he's a brilliant football player. It's going to be very difficult to replace him because the right back market right now, there's not a lot of world-class right backs.
No.
I will say that the funniest thing though that I've seen is these corner taken quickly things where
He's got to
people have been editing different people. Like,
See,
I saw one with Turendo this morning.
Mr. Paddy Murphy, you're shameful. Honestly,
This is
his
what I mean,
behaviour on TikTok. Have you seen the videos of him?
No.
Just slating Trent. It's just ridiculous.
Liverpool fans wonder why they're hated so much.
Maybe you can get a right back who can defend now though.
Well, I'm never going to admit because it's not true. It's not true.
No, I know.
I will
I'm on the wind up.
Who would I have?
Frimpong
I don't think fits because I think he's more further
He's too
forward.
attacking.
And there's a lot of wing backs across. There's a lot of fullbacks across Europe who are defensively solid but not as great going forward. I don't think Liverpool can afford to not have a creative right back. And one of the players who's the most creative fullback in the league plays for Tottenham, Pedro Porro.
I actually think you see that going well.
He is great going forward. Defensively, he's a little bit sceptical. We've seen that, like when he did when he did the splits at the Emirates Stadium earlier on in the season after he got sent.
Oy.
But he'd be a good player because he's creatively good going forward. Don't get me wrong, his passing range is not like Trent's. You're not going to find that. It's practically impossible to find that from a right back. No, come on, don't be silly. But
have you not seen his crosses?
I mean, he's a good. I like Dallo.
I mean, that sounds like going over their heads.
That's why they've got the nets on the new stadium design for Dallo's crosses.
Oh my gosh! Right. Anyway, we've spoken enough about Liverpool and Alexander Arnold. I just wanted to say my piece on it because it's very relevant. Let's move on to the next part, which is our best transfer signing from each team.
Cool.
So
Going from the bottom?
we are going from the bottom. Southampton then. What have we got?
I've got Mateus Fernandes.
Okay.
I really like him.
Good shout, but for me it's Aaron Ramsdale. The thing is, can you imagine if Southampton didn't have a great keeper this season? How many more they'd have conceded? How much worse it would be?
Yeah, but they've still conceded a ridiculous amount of goals. But
that's not on him. What can he do if in front of him?
Save him?
When we did the goalkeeper list earlier in the season, most of us had Mads Hermansen in the top 10. He's conceded probably the second most goals this season. He's probably conceded the second most goals this season. That's just because he's got absolute.
Yeah, but
I can't say the word I want to say, but absolute idiots in front of him.
He's massively. In that period where we did that show, he was massively overachieving his expected goals prevented. Like, he was doing really, really well at stopping shots that he shouldn't really be stopping.
Yeah, but my point is that goalkeepers can't do anything about certain shots.
I don't think he's done that. Like, I've got Ramsdale, but I don't think Southampton have had a good signing.
No.
I don't think there is one, which is very, very harsh.
I have Flynn Downs.
I'm
a big rater of Flynn
course.
Downs. But, I mean, it was tough between him and Fernandes because I also think Fernandes is quite good.
Right.
But I'm a big fan of Flynn Downs, so I've gone Flynn Downs.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Moving on. Your team, Leicester City.
For me, watching them all season, there's only one person, which is Bilal El Khanous.
Okay.
He's definitely going to go on and have a good career. Buonanotte had a good start to the season, but he was overhyped when he was playing well. He's really good, but he's definitely got temperament issues because he gets yellow card in almost every game he plays. He tries to do it all by himself as well. He takes on the man too much and he always loses the ball. Like, I think one game he'd been dribbled past and lost possession like 45 times in one game. Like, it's too much. So for me, it can only really be Bilal El Khanous.
Okay.
I've gone with the same.
You've gone with the same.
He's like a poor man's Adel Taarabt. Like you said, he just tries to do it all himself.
What a comparison that is. Who have you
Not
got
exactly
for?
that.
I've gone Jordan Ayew.
Piss off.
Jordan
Mate,
Ayew?
The points that man has won you.
He has won his points.
He's won you points.
But
I'm not having it.
That's just like because he was being played. If anyone else was in his position, I would hope they'd have scored the chances he scored
No,
as well.
he won you points. I'm saying Jordan Ayew.
Right, okay.
He's the only reason that you're quite far from Southampton.
If Abdul Fatawu had been fit this season, Ayew wouldn't have got a look in. And there's a reason he's now not playing because other people are fit because he's absolutely awful.
Everything happens for a reason. So
Right.
Are you gone El Khanous?
No, I've not.
Oh.
I've gone Buonanotte.
Really?
I've gone Buonanotte because I feel like he's been relatively been treated unfairly in terms
No, I
of the
would
minutes
say
that
that.
he's been received.
I would say that.
That he's received. I think you said he started off really, really well, and throughout the season, I don't think he's gotten as many opportunities. Sorry about
The
that.
thing is, he started. So he started in the 10, but then we kind of realised that El Canoes was what are you doing, Henry?
I don't know what he's doing. He's telling me to move.
Right,
the
leave
mic.
it. Leave
He's
it.
telling me to move
I
the
never
mic.
won this
Right.
game.
No, but yeah, that's the thing with the 10 position. Buonanotte started there. Then El Canoes played a game there, and I think it was when Cooper was still in charge, and everyone was thinking, "Holy shit, this guy's good. Why has he not been starting?" So then he started the next game.
Yeah.
And then El Canoes basically made himself a shoe-in for starting.
Right.
And Buonanotte, they didn't really want to put Buonanotte on the right wing or the left wing because that's not where he plays. But he's had limited minutes out there. He's not been anywhere near as effective out there. But El Canoes can't play on the wing, so that's the problem. If it was me and we had a better defensive team, I would play El Canoes in the 8 and
Right.
Buonanotte in the 10. But we
Well,
can't
that's
do that.
bold.
Well, no, El Canoes was at Genk. He was an 8, and he was really good at it because he carries the ball forward well.
Okay.
Kind of like that Dewsbury Hall role that we needed to fill. That's what he was brought in to do. But then he's had to play as a 10 because we don't have good enough defensive players.
Yeah.
You don't have good enough attacking players. Either.
No, we don't.
I've just not got a good enough squad
Not
in
scoring,
general.
7 games at home now?
Right. Final team who's going to be relegated this season, Ipswich Town.
I think there's only really one.
Surely we've all got the same person,
Delap.
Liam Delap.
Nope.
Are you just
Have
trying
you
to go
got Schroders?
controversial?
No, I'm not going controversial.
Who's been
Have
better
you
than
got
Liam
Schroders?
Delap?
Alex Palmer.
Oh,
Alex
leave
Palmer.
off.
If
You're
Ipswich,
Have a
if
day
Ipswich,
off,
if
Ian.
Ipswich, no. If Ipswich stay up, it's because of Alex Palmer.
There's no
No,
if they're
do you know
going
what it is?
down.
Do you
There's
know
no
what it
if.
is? Do you know what it
They're
is?
gone.
They're
You're gonna say
relegated,
no.
mate.
I'm going to use your argument against you that you used early in the season. It's not on Alex Palmer. It's on the fact they got another keeper in instead of Muric. It's not the fact who it is.
Well,
that doesn't
look-
make you a world class
He
signing.
scored,
That's
he
like-
scored 10 goals in the league.
if a player gets injured and someone, say a club signs someone in that position to play there instead, you're not going to call them signing in the season purely because they've
I
come in and done
genuinely
an
think
okay job.
if Ipswich stay up, I'm saying if. I'm saying a lot of it is down to Palmer. Look at that performance he had at Villa.
But who's scoring their goals if not
game.
Liam Delap?
One game.
Yeah.
If they didn't have Liam Delap, they wouldn't have scored any goals this season.
Yeah.
They could have. They could have had George
What, with
Hurst.
George
up front.
Hurst.
He scored against us.
Yeah,
But how
he
many
would
goals
score
has he
against
got?
you.
Like, how many goals do you think Hurst would score as many as Liam Delap?
Well, no, but I just
Exactly.
think
We'll find out.
He's waffling now.
I
We'll
just
find
think
out-
Alex-
We'll find out next. We'll find out next season when they're
Yeah.
back in the championship. Who
I just
scores?
think Alex
Delap's
Palmer.
leaving. There's
Right.
no way Delap goes.
Ridiculous.
17th place, Wolves. What are we saying?
Andre.
Okay. Did he not join in January last season?
He was on the list.
No, he joined in summer.
Oh no, it wasn't.
He joined this
Wolves
summer?
were-
Yeah, his
Wolves were on
debut.
the
He
list.
was on the. Because I remember our third game was against Wolves, and
Did he join this? You know what?
and being on the
if
bench.
you're right, fair enough.
Actually, no. How are you not saying Strand Larson?
Nah, Andre.
Hey, I know you're right. To be fair,
Andre's
he
brilliant,
He was
man.
this. He was
Strand
this
Larsen's
season.
been good, but Andre's been really
Bro,
good. for
how
them.
can we say a Brazil international is not their best signing?
No, I mean, the reason that I thought that it was January last season, for some
You're
reason, I
prob-
thought he was there. I
Nah.
really thought he was there. for
sounds
like a year
like a
and a
Wolves
half.
player.
Yeah,
You might be thinking of Gomez.
who knows?
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah, that's probably
I
you're
went
thinking
for
of.
Strand Larsen just because of that, but I probably would change my
Yeah,
answer to Andre. He has
Andre.
been good, but Strand
Quality.
Larsen, 9 league goals, 2 assists. That's
Yeah.
No,
still a
he's
good
definitely
amount.
up there. It was difficult to choose between them,
Yeah.
but I think Andre has been better for them.
Yeah, West Ham United then. I feel like there's only
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah,
He's been so good. Like, he's back
Quality.
to his best.
quality.
Another argument of going to Manchester United ruins your career, and as soon as you're out of it,
Yeah.
No.
Unlucky
Give
for
over.
him not to get selected for the squad.
Yeah, I
would have had him over
Walker.
Walker.
Pulled up.
Yeah,
would have had him over Walker.
I think he
definitely.
deserved it. He deserved a chance, didn't he?
But
Really.
then again, who was it who played right back in the second game? They were really good. I can't
Reece
remember.
James.
Reece James.
We
yeah,
forgot
he
to
had a
talk
good
about
game.
Reece James. Scored a
Yeah.
free kick, didn't he?
Oh, he was good. He was good.
Yeah.
We don't need to
Fair
say much
enough.
more.
What
He
a
was
goal.
good. He was a good goal, and he
Completely
was.
forgot about Reece James scoring the
he-
best goal of the 2 games.
He didn't knee slide because of his ligaments would have been finished
Oh.
for the next month.
Right, Everton next. Again,
surely
surely
only
there's
one,
only
Iliman
one person.
Ndiaye.
Yeah.
Ndiaye.
Yeah, I mean 6 league goals this season. When he's been playing, he's been excellent.
I-
He's brought
He
real.
does get booked for celebrating though, so.
Yeah, I mean
you
that
know.
was a joke.
I
though,
think on the ball, generally on the ball, Iliman Ndiaye is one of the best in the league. Like with the ball at his feet, dribbling.
Excuse me.
Not like
Hold on.
top.
Salah.
Not
Oh
top,
right, okay.
Not top. But I would have him in an argument for like up towards the top end. I think Njai's
No,
brilliant.
he brings the ball
Fit
forward well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Right, Tottenham's an interesting one because there's not really been a main standout.
Well,
I'd
I've
say
gone Odebear
you've gone
Have you?
Odebear.
He's not
Look,
played
on-
much, though.
Yeah.
because he's a good signing for the future. That's kind of what I've kind of
Oh,
gone with.
see, I
He's a
was
really
looking
good
at
signing
impact.
as well for, but he's had an impact.
Yeah,
He
I think
come
there's
on-
one
he-
who's
he
had
come on
a
a-
much bigger impact. He's
Right.
young as well, Archie Gray.
I've gone Archie Gray.
You've both gone Archie Gray.
Yeah, I think his versatility.
I think he's probably gone.
I don't
for
think he's
Solanke
been.
or
I don't
haven't
think he's
you?
been that
Yeah,
good
but
that season.
yeah, but you can't.
No,
He's
I
been
know
play-
not.
he's been
Like,
playing
We're
every
basing it off of the
position.
signing this season, right?
He's been chucked into that team as a centre back when he's never played there in his career. He's done an okay job. Obviously, he's not been as good as Van der Ven and Romero, but he's done an
Right.
okay job. And then when he's played in his position, he's looked really good.
I'm not having he's done an okay job.
He has.
I don't think he's been that. I don't think he's been good at all as a
Who
centre
have you
back.
got then? Who have you got?
I've gone for Lucas Bergvall. I think he's been the best
well,
signing.
yeah,
I was
he's
tempted
fair.
by him. I was tempted by him.
I think he's
Hey,
been the
I
best
just
signing
may
for
have
Tottenham.
forgot
I-
about Bergvall.
Archie Gray, I get it. Young player, been thrown out of a position, has been forced to try and do a job. I feel sorry for the lad because he's not a centre back. He's clearly not a centre half, right? He's a good, talented player, got a big future ahead of him for sure. But if I'm basing it off of this season and whose performances have been better, it has been the guy that's been actually playing in his position
Yeah, I
and putting
get
in
that.
the solid performances.
To be fair, I had forgotten about Bergvall. Was he on the list?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see him.
No, he's been solid, but Archie Gray, I feel sorry for.
Yeah.
Like, him being that young, chucked into the Premier League,
But
and
again,
then
it goes
having
back
to
to
deal
what
with it.
I do think Archie Gray will be very good in the future. I think he's going to be he'll be an England player one day. I
So
reckon.
will Odebear. Odebear will be very good in a few seasons' time.
Right. Manchester United, then your club.
Ugarte.
Ugarte.
I was tempted to put him. I put Mazraoui.
Yeah, I've gone for Mazraoui as
It
well.
has to be Ugarte for me.
Have you got-
Can I jump
Go on.
in?
Yeah.
Right.
oh,
Hop on then.
oh dear.
I'm allowed to jump in for 1 second and say who I
Is
think
he on
it
the
is.
camera? Hang
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
I
yeah.
am, yeah. I'm just jumping in. I'll be here for 2 seconds. I'm sorry to interrupt your podcast. I rate those shouts. They've both been amazing. I'd just like to give a special mention to Aidan Heaven. For £290,000, he looks like a...
He's played about two
He's
games.
played one
He's
game.
played about
He's
two
played-
games.
he's played one
How
game.
much should we... How much
played
Signing of
60 minutes.
How much did we
Signing of the
pay
season,
for
he's
someone
played
like
one
Lindelof,
game.
right? How much did we pay for Lindelof? Was it 20
Not even a
mil?
whole game.
20 mil?
I mean, that's not his
Yeah, he
fault.
went off
that.
injured.
Henry, he's
Heaven-
played one game.
Not
Yeah,
even a
and
whole
in
game
those-
though. He
in-
went off injured.
No, but
And
he's
in that
And
game,
that was
he
against
is-
Leicester City, who haven't scored a goal in 7 games at home.
And in that game, he was played against Arsenal. Thank you very much.
If he conceded, it would have been a
He has
joke.
been
How many minutes has he
fantastic,
played?
And he's
Let's have a little
£290,000. 10 times better than Lindelof for like a third the price.
Henry, get back to your order.
Definitely him.
Get back.
Go back over there.
Seriously, he's played.
He's played about 5 games,
He
hasn't he?
played against Leicester. If he conceded against Leicester, it would have been an absolute joke.
this season, he's played 120, 165. He's played 210 minutes.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
He's played 210
but-
minutes, but
That is a
Mazraoui
signing of
or
the
Ugarte.
season.
that is a good bit of business. I will give you that. But like, yeah.
Yeah,
He can't be signing of the season
No,
when he's
no.
played like
Exactly.
3-4
But
games.
back to normality. I do think Ugarte's been good. He's been needed as well because you've had so
Yeah.
many injuries.
I've gone
But
Ugarte.
I've gone for Mazraoui purely because I think he's
been
got
better.
more quality
Yeah.
and he has been very good.
Do you
for
think? Do you think Direct was up for debate?
No.
Or?
No.
He's just been solid.
Yeah.
Like
He's not been as bad as
he's
some
just
United
he's just been 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like we've needed him and he's been great. But I just feel like Ugarte is the person that we actually properly needed.
Yeah.
And
Right.
glad we signed him.
Crystal Palace.
Roman Essay.
I think
Essay.
to me it was down to two.
That's got this one.
Two for me. It's down to it's between LaCroix and Sarr.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've gone for
I've-
Ismail Assar.
I've gone LaCroix
I've got I've got
because the fact he had to replace Joachim Anderson. No, Henry.
No, he can't be trying to. He only
Henry,
played half
stop
the season.
getting involved.
Yeah, come on, you're on the podcast.
But no, I've gone LaCroix because he had to replace Joachim Anderson, which was going to be a difficult job in itself.
Yeah.
I think he's been really solid for Palace at the back.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
would
been great.
say Sarr when he came on against us off the bench in the first game we played them, he was ridiculous. He was very good. He won the penalty for them that got them the equaliser. He just looked solid all season. Every time I've watched him, he's exciting. He's dangerous.
Right.
He does stuff. So
Yeah.
he's been very good. And again, he's replacing Elise. That's not easy.
Yeah, but so's Essay though.
Yeah, but he's barely. How many minutes has he actually
Yeah,
played
if
for
you're going
Crystal
off the
Palace?
Aiden Heaven argument and saying
No,
that's
I'm going
stupid,
off-
that's...
I can see why he's gone
I
Essie.
don't know
I'm going
how
off
he's a
my-
better signing than Lacroix or Sarr.
Or even Chalobah's better than Esse, I'd say.
Just wait.
Just wait. Okay. Right.
Come
played-
back to this.
We'll come
This
back-
season he's played 4 games, probably not even whole games, and 2 of them were in the
Me
FA
and
Cup.
Ethan.
And he scored.
Ethan, that's poor.
No, I can
That's
see.
poor.
I can see.
He's
well,
got a goal.
he's not been.
He's
Palace-
got a goal at
Yeah,
one
but he's
every
not,
other game.
He's not been their
their
best
best
signing.
signing, is
Hang on,
he?
he's
Come
played-
on.
26. He's played less than 100 minutes.
Okay, right. Anyway, let's move on to a team.
Maybe it is so. I'll hold my hands up.
To a team who I don't actually think has had a good signing.
No, not at all.
Brentford.
I've gone for Vandenberg.
Gone
but it's
Vandenberg.
not- It's not.
I've not even gone
any
with
good
anyone.
ones.
I've not gone with
No,
anyone.
yeah, Vandenberg. I mean, don't be wrong. He's been underwhelming. I mean, he like, of course, come from Liverpool. Was out on loan pretty much every single season bar one. Looks good at Mainz, but then has come to Brentford. Not really done it. Then again, Brentford defensively this season have just been a bit all over the place.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. I don't think they had anyone.
I
good.
don't-
I looked at that list and thought none of these are good.
yeah, no, I don't really think we need to discuss that anymore.
No.
Bournemouth,
Dean Housen.
Housen.
For sure.
Howson, yeah.
For sure.
He's definitely getting a move, isn't he? Like, Fabrizio's tweeted it every single day. I keep on seeing, like, these Bournemouth fans on TikTok complain. Leave him alone. Stop posting about him.
See, it's either him or Sinistera.
Yeah, he was up
Really?
there, but
I mean, Evan Nilsson's not been
Yeah,
bad.
Evan Nilsson.
no, I think Bournemouth just had a ridiculously good window though.
Yeah.
They brought in so many good players.
They've
But
just had a
Housen, for
ridiculously
me-
good season.
Yeah, but Housen has been like
Housen is
he's
unbelievable.
so
Yeah.
good.
I mean, I've also gone with Housen, but it was between Sinistera.
Right. Aston Villa's an interesting one.
It
Marco
is.
Asensio.
Oh, I've gone Asensio.
Okay.
The impact that he's had since he came in, because the problem with picking January signings is we're only in March, and they've only had, some of them have only had a month and a half so far to make an impact, but the impact Asensio's made in that month and a half has been ridiculous. I mean, Rashford's been good as well. I think you've got to talk about Amadou Onana a bit. He was very good at the start of the season, then he got injured. But yeah, Asensio, the impact he had.
Yeah, I mean,
Crazy.
I've gone for Amadou Onana because I've not really picked any January signings.
Yeah.
If we were doing this in May, then
Maybe.
Yeah, I see.
maybe I would have picked some. But Onana's the best out of the summer transfers.
I think
Like,
Villa just had a. Well, I think we can all agree Villa first off season haven't been great.
No.
No.
And I think Asensio has won them points, and he's done a lot for them in the cup as well. But no,
He's like a proper game changer.
yeah, game changer. Yeah,
But then again, so is Andre Onana. Oh, wait.
Amadou.
Amadou. It's like that clip.
Andre's
of
not his
Porter.
name, mate.
Yeah, Andre's not his name.
Oh,
mate.
for goodness sake. That's so poor. That's so poor.
I've got to
Right.
insert that clip now. haven't
Yeah,
I?
yeah.
Got to put that
to,
in.
to make it like a little bit funny. Right, Fulham. Who
It's
have
a
we gone
tough
for?
one.
I
They've
think
got
this
a
is a
few.
tough one. They do have a
I
few.
don't
I've
think
gone
it is.
I've gone ESR.
Have you?
I've
I've
gone
gone
ESR.
Joachim Anderson.
Okay,
I've gone Sander Berger.
I've gone Sanderberger as
I
well.
think he's
'Cause
quality.
I think
He's
Joachim
so
Anderson
good.
he's such a great defender. Like
Yeah, but
and
he's,
Fulham have not conceded many goals this season. Fulham have been really good at the back. I think it has to be a defender because Smith Rowe, whilst he's been okay, he hasn't had as much impact as some of their other forwards.
yeah, but I still think Joachim Anderson this season has had an error in him.
He hasn't
That's
been
why
at
I've
his
gone
best,
Sander.
but he's still
That's
been
why I've
very
gone
good.
Sander Berger.
Yeah, I still remember that clip. I think it was of him and Eze, and Eze just had the ball at his feet for like a good 10 seconds, and Anderson was just staring at
Yeah.
the ball, waiting for him to do something, rather than just charge at him and try and win the ball.
But no, like
Do you want to insert that in there as well?
I think even his days at Sheffield United and Burnley, he stood out, Sander Berger.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's just such a unit in that midfield. Like
You
so,
want to do that burger?
he's
I do
so
that burger.
like
Yeah.
big.
So does Henry.
Yeah, Henry loves burgers.
Right. Brighton next then.
Minte.
Yankuba Minte.
Man,
Yeah.
Henry,
Minte.
why are you showing us your answers as if you're on the podcast?
5 goals, 3 assists in the league. Yeah, Newcastle had to let him go and Elliot Anderson go, of course, for PSR. Two great players that
I
they've let
don't
go.
think you'd have said it though at the start of the season. Like when you saw them sign it, you would have thought that like someone like Ruta would have been their best. But then the impact he's had through the season, you
Yeah.
just look at it. I think it's the fact he has exceeded expectations so much. Like we knew he was a good player, but he's been very
I
good.
mean, I do like Matt O'Reilly, but I don't think he's played enough. He's
No.
obviously been injured.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
do
think
quite
it's got to
And
be. Or even with
if he'd not
yeah.
been injured as well.
Yeah, I don't think he's been as...
Impactful.
Yeah, because I wanted him at Liverpool in the summer as a holding midfield option, and then he went to Brighton,
anyone
and I don't
in
think
the-
he's really like lived up to it, but there's plenty of time for him to develop.
I mean, it has to be Minter though.
Yeah,
for
Minter.
sure. Newcastle.
Lewis Hall.
Lewis Hall. Yeah, there's no other option really unless you want to go John Ruddy.
No.
My best mate.
No, Lewis Hall still excellent left back.
Yeah, he's been so good, so good.
It will be England's left back.
He will be in England's next squad.
When the Lewis Skelly hype dies, that is.
The problem with this list is half of them we don't even have to debate because it's
well,
so
no,
obvious.
I know, but like the other ones we have had some debates.
Yeah, some of them we have to.
Well, the next Manchester City. What are we saying?
Omar
Marmoush.
You've gone Marmoush.
I've not gone Marmoush.
Okay, who have you gone?
I'm not even going to try and pronounce his
Kushinov.
name. Kushinov.
Really?
No.
He has been
No.
shocking. Right?
Yeah.
So why are you putting him in
Okay,
signing for the season?
Stop there. He has been
Just
shocking.
Let me talk.
Because he shines. Hang on. he showed some promise, and he's just young. That's all it is.
He showed promise at Lens. He hasn't shown any at Man City.
I mean, he's had decent games at Man City. To be fair.
Thank you.
On that point though,
He's just made a couple mistakes that have just been
on the
costly.
point you just made though, you're saying he's promising and stuff, and that's why you picked him. Marmoush is young.
He needs to do more.
Right.
Marmoush needs to do more.
Yeah, I mean,
he scored
Score
lots
more?
of goals. He can't really do much.
How many
more.
goals has he scored?
He's doing
4.
it from left wing as well.
4. He needs
Yeah.
to do more.
In a month and a half, that's a good return.
yeah, I mean, it's very good. As I said, I've not gone for any January signings. The only
you
summer
gone for?
signing that Manchester City made, I think, was
Gundogan.
Ilkay Gundogan, who I don't.
been okay.
I think he's been.
I don't think he's been
I
great.
think he's been.
I don't think he's been great.
I think
at
the
all.
expectation from him at Barcelona was that he was going to come in and he was going to be this world-class midfielder like he was last season. That's not happened. He's still been decently solid, but he's not been the player that he was at Barca last year.
One I do want to mention though, who we haven't mentioned, which I don't think he's the best, but he's been good, is Nico Gonzalez, because they needed to sign someone to be in that Rodri slot.
Yeah.
He's not been anywhere near as good as Rodri, but Rodri's the best DM in the
Yeah,
league, probably,
exactly.
or the world.
He's number 10.
yeah,
he's,
I
he's
knew
number
that
10.
was coming.
But
He's number 10.
but he has been good, but I don't think he's been as good as Marmoush.
Okay, Chelsea.
Tosin.
Yeah, I've gone for him as well,
I've gone
actually.
Tosin. It's not really.
In fact, I actually kind of asked Tom before as well what he thought. Like, I'd put it down. I said, "I'd put this. Do you agree?" And he went, "Yeah."
Yeah, I think
Because
he's
he
been the
thought
most
about-
solid one, hasn't
He
he?
thought about Neto, but he's been inconsistent. He's not been anywhere near as good as he was at Wolves.
Yeah.
And then you've got Jadon Sancho. He's been okay, but
No, he hasn't. He's been awful.
you just saying that because you think he's better than Hassan.
Well,
Doyle,
he
he's
started
not.
off decently well, didn't he? And then it's sort of just petered out for Sancho.
I mean,
Henry put up Renato Viega.
he's
behind
already
things,
left,
who's on
though.
loan.
He's already left.
yeah, he's at
on
Juve.
loan.
He's at Juve.
So he's not even eligible to be picked, really.
Right.
I think I went with Tosin.
Oh, that right. We might as well just go with Petrovic.
Nottingham Forest.
Oh, we're going to me first.
Yes.
I think there's two which is really difficult to choose from.
Okay.
It's between Elliot Anderson and Milenkovic. I've gone Milenkovic
Okay.
solely because of the defensive change from last season to
Right.
this season, how important he's been in that back line. Obviously, conceding 23, 26, whatever it was, set pieces last season. It was not good, but
No.
having Milenkovic now, we're not conceding many set pieces and
my
defensive.
reasoning's different. Milenkovic cost what was it, 13 million or something?
10.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
great bit of business.
They've both been very good for you, but Milenkovic, for the price tag you paid, has been
Right.
better because
Yeah,
they've
but-
both been so good, and you paid less for Milenkovic. That makes
I
him a
see
better
your
signing.
point. I see your point.
Technically, Anderson wasn't at 35 million. He was, if we're totally speaking of the transfer thing, because obviously Vlachodimos went to Newcastle. Anderson was 15 million.
Okay, but he's still more than. He's
5
still-
million more, Matt.
Yes, but they've been. I'd say they've been comparable in terms of how
No,
good they've been for you. So
yeah.
if you're looking at a signing and their impact, for the impact compared to money, Milenkovic is higher.
Right. Okay.
I mean, I'm going with Ron Weasley. I'm going with Elliot Anderson.
I've gone for
Anderson-
Elliot Anderson. I think he's been
Anderson
quality.
is so good. But the only reason I went Milenkovic is that defensive change
Right.
from last season to this season.
Yeah. I think Anderson's been
Yeah,
quality.
You were nearly
Milenkovic,
getting relegated
too.
last year.
Yeah. I
Pretty
mean,
big
Now we're going to Barcelona, boys.
right.
I
Arsenal.
think there's only one, David Raya.
David
David
Raya.
Raya.
Yeah. I know because he was on loan last season, wasn't he? They bought him permanently this summer.
Yeah.
He's been absolutely superb. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the league. Said it. Oh God.
All right, Lewis.
Need a bit of water. Need a bit. But no, I said it when he joined. When he joined on loan originally, he's an upgrade on Ramsdale, and he's proven that he's been brilliant. And
That
then
save against Man United.
yeah, I mean the save against Aston Villa. We've got the one against Atalanta where he,
Keep
he
going,
saves
keep
a penalty, and then he somehow gets back.
Unbelievable goalkeeper.
He's been superb.
I think Liverpool, there's only really one option, isn't there? Really,
There
Because
is.
Chiesa.
I've
Chiesa.
not picked anyone.
Because Marmadash really doesn't really count because he's not really joined you yet.
No. Chiesa.
It has
I
to
mean,
be Chiesa.
he's looked. The thing is with Chiesa, I don't think he's been given as many opportunities as he should have been.
Scored in the final.
Yeah,
More than Salah's done.
yeah. I mean, he took the chance. I'm not gonna bite at that. But yeah, he's been solid at times when he's played. But Liverpool this summer, hopefully, will get about
He's done more in the
six new
under-21s,
players in.
hasn't he?
Was it? Oh no!
Yeah.
I think did he get a goal in the under-21s? You are kidding me,
A few moments later.
huh? Keep going.
No,
What was the
it's-
noise? Leave off.
So he's going.
We can.
There we go.
Sorry about that.
just put it out. We got told to keep going.
Back to normality. Federico Chiesa then
Yeah.
for the signings. That's the 20 done. We're doing predictions, but it's with a bit of a twist.
Yeah, so there's 3 all-round Premier League ties this weekend. Obviously, Preston Villa's isn't, so we're not doing Preston Villa, but we're also going to be doing Tuesday's fixtures. So next Tuesday's fixtures in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So I've got to predict Forest twice, which is brilliant news.
Right. Shall we get started then? Fulham versus Crystal Palace.
1-0 to Fulham.
Okay.
1-0 Palace.
I don't know. I'm gonna say Fulham get it 2-1.
Yeah. I'm saying 2-1 Fulham as well, actually. But Palace could easily do it.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
They're more than
Definitely go
capable.
either
They're
way.
more than capable of doing it. Nottingham Forest, Brighton. Well, actually, Brighton are at home, aren't they? So it'll be the other way around.
Well, obviously we're only we're only doing the 90-minute scoreline, so I'm gonna say 1-1.
Say 1-1.
So he thinks it's going to go to extra time.
Yeah. I gather.
Right. Well, no. So
just-
you double guessed.
Yeah, 'cause I was like, what?
Yeah.
I
No.
think 2-1 to Brighton because they've been in such good form recently.
So have we.
I think you'll be without Chris Wood
Right.
as well from the sound of it. I think I back Brighton, especially at home.
Okay.
We've been
I'm
we've
going
been in
for.
form.
I'm going 4-1 Forest.
4-1 Forest.
Love that.
You are taking the mick.
I mean, we did score 7 goals against this Brighton team.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
it's so much better
know, but that's like a
recently.
one-off. Surely you're not going
They'll
to
be out
bag
for
4.
revenge as well, surely.
I mean,
after that.
if it's right, you've made me look like a right mouse.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say 2-2, and then it will go to extra time. I think there'll be a few goals in it. Bournemouth against Manchester City then.
Bournemouth
Ooh.
1-0.
I hope so.
Bournemouth 1-0.
1-0
I'm
Man
going to
City.
say
1-0 Man City.
2-2 in normal,
Okay.
normal time.
I'm going 2-1 Bournemouth. Bournemouth are the team that I think will win the FA Cup this season.
What is your obsession with Bournemouth? 3rd in the Premier League.
Because
then
they
FA Cup winners.
play the best football out of the
But
remaining
they're not
teams
at the
in the
moment, to be
competition.
fair.
No, but to be fair, they've had the chances. They've just not put them in the back of the net. Semenyo hitting the crossbar. What was it in the game against Brentford? They've had opportunities. They're due a win. They're going to get it, I think. And then final.
1-0 City, I'd say.
And then we've predicted the 3 FA Cup games now.
Yeah,
Shall
so-
we go to Nottingham Forest, Man United?
Yeah, because I think that's first. I'm going to say 2-0 Forest.
2-1.
Okay.
3-0 United.
3-0 United.
No,
That's just.
I'll tell you
that's
that
just
fist bump
daft.
back.
That's just daft.
No, 3-0 United. We're going to come out. We're going to want it more.
Right.
And we're just going to run them ragged.
I'm saying 2-0.
Oh yeah, I forget you win trophies for wanting it more, don't you?
Yeah, clearly. 2-0 Nottingham Forest. Arsenal versus Fulham.
That's a tough one.
1-0
you know.
Fulham. 1-0 Fulham.
I'm going to say 2-0 Arsenal.
3-1 to Arsenal.
2-0
Okay.
Arsenal.
I'm going.
Saka's back, isn't he?
I don't know.
I think he might be back.
I hope not.
And if so, definitely. I'm going to say 3-1.
3-1. I'm going 1-0 Arsenal. I think it'll be close. Wolves versus West Ham.
0-0.
0-0.
It's got
That does have
0-0.
0-0
It's
written all
got
over it.
0-0 written all over it. But I am gonna go Wolves 1-0.
I'm back in West Ham again.
Okay.
2-0 West Ham.
1-1.
Yeah, I'm saying 1-1 too. Right, so that rounds off all of the
There-
predictions.
There's no 3 teams. It's kind of 1-1-2.
You what?
What's that?
You said 1-1-2. There's only 2
Wait.
teams playing.
Did I say 1-1 too?
Yeah.
Oh man, you just completely throw me off. 1-1.
There we go.
1-1. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this episode of the Blue Podcast Network here on Well, I've butchered the outro as well. I'm butchering
What have you
everything.
done to it?
You've completely
ruined
made me
it.
lose my train of thought. Thank you so much for watching this video here on the Blue Podcast Network. This has been the Gold Show. It's been a bit of a shambles, but we've got there in the
We haven't
end.
even got the gold lights on.
No, we don't.
Oh,
do
what
we?
we playing at?
Oh, well, well.
Restart.
We'll just do it all again. Anyway, if you have enjoyed, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on your post notifications so you get notified every time we upload. Take care. We'll see you for the next one. See you then.